All right, hello, my name is Ryan Potter, and today I'll be talking about streaming platforms and the DMCA. So, in order to get into this, we need to know what's going on. So, there's a lot of tension between the DMCA and Twitch. So, the DMCA, basic overview, protects music copyright laws and a lot of other digital media um, against being distributed illegally. And with Twitch, within the last few months, a lot of streamers, thousands of streamers, have DMC strikes against them. They're called takedowns, and there really hasn't seen this flux of this many takedowns from any streaming platform. So there's a lot of this growing tension really since October, and I'll explain that in more detail in a little bit. But first, we gotta know what the DMCA is. The DMCA is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and I have it split into two sections here. The first one is a little bit less relevant, but it's important to know what it is. It is the anti-circumvention provision. So the DMCA has software and bots to track copyright violations, because in order to track copyright violations, there's not enough people to look at them each in every individual case. So there needs to be some software or bot in place, and it's illegal to even attempt to try to circumvent these bots or software. This can be done with your own bot or software or some exploit that you know that circumvents this. So that is the key part to the first one. The second one is the safe harbor provision, which is the one we'll mostly be talking about. So the safe harbor provision protects copyrights from people usually that owns a song or other piece of content. Basically, this is why Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, and others have their own copyright software in place, because under the safe harbor provision, copyright owners could sue these companies in particular for not establishing their own copyright provisions. So basically, it's just the overall protection of digital media within these digital spaces. So next, I'm going to go over the Twitch DMCA timeline. So this is key. So prior to October of 2020, the DMCA has about 50 takedowns per year of Twitch, and these are usually direct violations of people distributing some sort of digital media, usually music. But since October of 2020, there has been over 1,000 of each week leading up to even this week. This is December 4th, 2020. Thousands and thousands of DMCA takedowns. Now, why is this happening now? And that's a very good question. The Twitch doesn't really know itself, other than this underlining fact. Twitch streamers have been allowed by Twitch to use background music and in-game music that they do not have the royalties to, and Twitch does not have the royalties to. And they've been doing this ever since Twitch has existed. And I believe the DMCA in the music industry has really just grown tired, and they are just deciding to do something about it. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So the problem with a lot of these DMC takedowns is that they cause streamers to get banned or lose a lot of their content. So streamers rely upon their past streams to be archived within Twitch for people to view them. Twitch streamers get revenue from this. They also harbor good memories from this. Well, the DMCA doesn't really give you any notice if you're a violator. So as soon as a takedown happens, you're either banned immediately, or the content that has violated the DMCA is also taken down immediately. And the very big problem with Twitch and the DMCA right now is inconsistencies of this. So here I have a streamer, his name is Calstep. All Calstep does is stream a very, very popular game named League of Legends, probably the most popular game in the world. He does not play background music. He only plays the in-game music of League of Legends. And for that, he has been banned off the platform without any prior notice or any warnings or any violations prior to this. Moving to another streamer that I personally know. His name is Caleb Durward. He streams Magic the Gathering. I would view Caleb as almost a streamer DJ. if you see up in this top right below his picture, he has music playing constantly throughout his stream. He has not received any DMC violation. He has not even said the word DMCA in any of the streams that I've watched, and I watch him quite often. So there's really this double standard of people getting banned for really just playing in-game music, which really to me doesn't make, it's not really the point of the DMCA. And then we got guys like Caleb here, who it's not really his fault. It's really the culture of streaming to have background music, but he's been doing it the entire time, and he has not had any strikes against him, while Calcep has had his entire Twitch life just completely erased and his career destroyed on Twitch. So what we're going to look at now is possible new legislation. So there has been some talking in the Senate to modifying the DMCA. The primary thing is the DMCA was created as a one-size-fits-all policy. They want to make it more specific, add more details like Twitch streaming with background music and such like this. Another thing they want to do is change how the takedowns work. They want to have more time to notify the violators of the DMCA, so their life isn't just erased before their eyes. It should definitely happen for, let me separate this, for violators who are obviously distributing music illegally for their own gain, but for people like Twitch streamers, they should have some sort of warning before they're just banned off the platform, or they lose all of their prior streams because they are forced to be erased by the DMCA. So really, it's a lot of detail-oriented work that's happening in the Senate right now to fix these policies. So a lot of people suggest that is fair use the way to go, meaning for particularly background music in streams and for in-game music is fair use the way to go. I would suggest no. And this is kind of complicated, but there are many reasons to why no is the way to go. Really, the best way to describe it is hotels have to get royalties for music played in their lobby because it's part of their ambiance. And Twitch stream music is also part of that ambiance. So really, to create fair use just for Twitch streamers violates a lot of other existing entities, or if you make fair use for background music, anything, it can be very exploited, and these musicians will not get the compensation that they deserve. You could almost make a live show out of a Spotify playlist that you do not own any of the royalties to. And I think that would be very exploitable. So what I would suggest to fix this entire problem is a new music streaming platform created by the government that is subscription-based for streamers and content creators. And within that streaming service, there are royalties already paid for certain music. These services already exist, but I believe making this part of the process of like registering your song as a copyright could be a very beneficial thing. I think both parties win in this scenario. You get affordable royalties for streamers, and musicians are more compensated for what they deserve. So I think this would almost be a requirement to copyright your song almost, or at least very highly incentivized, and almost in a way where you'd be kind of dumb not to sign up for this this sort of service. But like I said, I think this would need to be controlled by the government and not an external party. Because moving into the conclusion here, I don't think Amazon, which is owned by Twitch, or Amazon owns Twitch, Google, who owns YouTube, and obviously Facebook owns Facebook Gaming. These companies have proved they are not to be trusted, and I think Twitch is the main violator in this whole dilemma. They neglected to educate streamers about the DMCA, which I think they should have at least a little bit, and they basically ignored them for about a decade until the music industry was just tired of the constant violations by streamers and no compensation to the industry at all. So I don't think these companies are trustworthy enough, and we should not hand over the keys to the streaming music platform that I proposed before. And that is it. Here are my references, and it's been a good semester. And thank you, Dr. Young, and have a happy holiday.